Hey there, everybody. This is Mr. Anderson. I'm going to give you a quick flyover tour of our trip. We're going to start here at CMS at 7 o'clock a.m. on Friday, February 28th, dressed in nice looking clothes because we will be on our way. Our first stop when we get to Madison will be our clinic. And then that evening, we'll be going to a fancy show, the Peking Acrobats at the Overture Center. So be dressed appropriately, or at least be able to have, maybe your nice pants and nice shoes on, and then a sweatshirt for the ride, and then be able to throw something on. So be aware of that. At that point, we will have already taken care of all the medications the week before that. Doctor's notes, any kind of over-the-counter medications or vitamins, all needs to be turned in as per school policy. And your luggage, you can check the packing list, but you'll have all your luggage. You'll have a bag lunch to have with you. You'll have your music stand. You'll have your instruments. So definitely check that packing list because we're going to get on the bus and cruise by about 7:45 or 8 o'clock. We need to depart. We will make a stop at the rest area. We will not be able to get food there. They do not have enough capacity or space or time for us to all go to the vending machines. So for that reason, no one will be allowed to go to any vending machines. So any pop or water that you need, make sure you bring that along with your lunch. You won't need to bring any candy or snacks or anything like that because we will have tons of good food for you along the way. Our first stop will be Madison. We'll meet with our tour guide, Cullen, who's awesome. We've had Cullen 3 times before, and we request him, and he requests us. He loves us. We love him. You're going to like it. So we'll be getting a lot of the homework done on the way out there, so be prepared for that. There are outlets on the bus, so make sure you have your charger out in your bag, not in your luggage under the bus. So you'll pack a little bag, probably a backpack for on the bus. Once we get there, we'll have our clinic with Dr. Herb Payung from the UW-Madison department. We're going to make sure that for that clinic, we're going to be looking our best. So that means no hats, no hoodies, probably, button-up shirts and nice pants or slacks or dresses, whatever you want to do to look real nice. We can go above and beyond. That would be awesome. After that, we will meet up with some Eden Prairie alumni to take a tour of this beautiful campus. You can see some of the buildings and some of the traditions that we'll be witnessing. They have a beautiful waterfront, as you can see in the maps, some old buildings, some new buildings, all the really great programs that you guys are all interested in your future. And so we're going to take a tour of the campus with some alumni, like I said, and then we're going to head to the Gordon Dining Center, which is right over here. So we'll walk through a lot. We'll be doing a lot of walking. So you're going to make sure you have a coat. Everyone's required to have at least a coat. It's going to be real cold. It's winter. So sweatshirts are not enough. So make sure you have a coat. Once we get done with our tour, we're going to make our way by foot, walking over to the Overture Center, which is about a 15-minute walk. You can check out the Google Maps if you'd like. And the Overture Center is unbelievable, gorgeous facility. Let's see if I can get this to spin around some more. Right here that has multiple auditoriums. We're seeing if we can get a little quick tour or at least a welcome. But we'll be attending that concert, the Peking Acrobats. You can read all about it and look it up online. But there's some amazing... Oh my gosh, this theater is ridiculous, and the lobby is beautiful. There's a picture of it there. We're going to make sure that we're really on our best behavior there just so that we can look super, super professional when we're in there. And so that means like any high energy kids need to really, really get that under control. If your group is getting a little crazy, you're going to split your group up and just take a look at some of the galleries, walk around the space kind of on your own. This will be kind of alone time for a few minutes until the concert's ready to start. When they open the doors, we'll head in and check it out. When we're done with that concert that night, we will get back on the bus and drive back to our hotel, which is the American Inn. Looks like that. Pretty cool place. We've stayed here before, I do believe. So I'm pretty confident in how they've got us set up. We have a lot of people, and so getting set up for breakfast and stuff like that is a huge task for them. So we're going to have to be patient. We may have to do breakfast in shifts, but I do believe we have a buffet. Anyway, you are going to be waking up at 7:30, but staying in your room until 7:55. Once we're at 7:55, we can head down to breakfast, go back to your room. We have a nice relaxed morning. We don't have to be rushed, which is great. And then we're going to head back over to the state capitol, which is near campus for the college. There is the state capitol building. We're going to be performing in later that day. So we're going to hopefully get a tour of that building. But either way, we'll be spending some time on State Street, which I can zoom out a little bit. So you can see this kind of X-shaped street system. State Street heads toward the west. And if I can pull this up, we'll be finding a restaurant with your chaperone group. The 9 of you will find your own place to eat along State Street. You can start looking up now what kind of restaurants there are. We will have a map with locations. Your chaperone will be able to look up some locations too. So here is campus, and you'll be eating anywhere along this street or the adjacent streets along State Street that rolls right up to where our performance is at the state capitol. It's a gorgeous area, and that's what'll be going first. Okay, then we will get set up for our performance. We're going to unload the buses right along this street here, up these stairs, and across to the other side. There's a lot of information in your itinerary you're going to need to make sure you know. We'll go over it, but this is a good time to read and follow along. We'll set up, we'll perform at 1 o'clock. Please invite people in the area that you know are around. They can come. It's a free concert. And after that, or before that, we're still working out the details. We'll have a tour of the whole Capitol, all the Senate chambers, judges' chambers, all the really cool old stuff for this basically a national treasure. It's one of the biggest state capitals. It's gorgeous. We'll take a group picture out on the steps, right out in front of where those steps are going up on the corners of the plus sign shaped building there. And then we'll get back on a motor coach and cruise off to, that's right, the Kalahari Water Park and Resort. Looks like this. It's one long big thing. Obviously the outdoor portion will be closed because it was frozen, but it's right along Highway 94 there. You can see it when you drive by. So from the vantage point of the parking lot there, our hotel rooms will probably be what's on the right of your screen now, which is covered up. And then there's a nice long walkway through this building here and down all those. You can see the kind of the longer part of the building. That's the rooms. And then the water park is labeled right there. That's where the water park is. The arcade is right next to that. Tomfoolery is way down on the end there. Is not something we have access to. It's a different kind of park. If you're interested in that, you can let me know, but that's not part of our pass. So we'll be there. We'll have a 6:30 buffet pizza together in the banquet room. We'll let you know about that location once we're there. And of course, you have access to the water park. Please read the itinerary carefully to find out what you have access to. There are additional charges for things like a locker down in the swimming area if you want to use those. Otherwise, just plan ahead, use your room. There are lifeguards on duty. The water park closes at 9, and then the arcade remains open until 10, and you need to be back in your room by 10 p.m. We'll do room checks. Chaperones will go over the schedule for the next day. We'll get up at 7:30 a.m. again, stay in your rooms until 7:55, head down to breakfast, which we'll let you know exactly which room that's in at the Kalahari. Once we get there, they choose a room for us, and then we have some more time to swim, just a couple hours to get things ready. And I think the water park opens at 10 a.m. So you have between 10 and 11 to kind of get everything ready, swim down your last water slide or do your last activity you wanted to, and then clean up. And we'll load the motor coaches at 11:30 and head back. We will make a lunch stop at this area. It's the Toma Toma, Wisconsin truck stop. So there's a few things that you could do there. Quick trip. We'll talk about the restaurants, but there's a couple fast food restaurants. We will go with our chaperone group as always, just so that there's a little bit more help with decision making on what to eat, what to buy, and how to cross the parking lots with all the busy semi trucks and everything, and all of our buses. So then we'll head back to Minnesota. We'll get back about 5 p.m. Back at Central Middle School. Sometimes weather changes that. We will give you updates along the way, including an interactive map. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed looking at this and are excited for your trip. We're going to have a great time, and really appreciate all the hard work you guys have put in. As you can see, we've been doing the same. So we're pumped and ready to go. Thank you for listening to this. Again, check the meds forms, check the packing list, and definitely read through every word of the itinerary so you don't miss something. There's a lot of stuff in here going on that we will not be able to help you with once we're there. So please ask questions now. Make sure you know what's going on. Make sure the students know exactly what's going on. So parents, if you're all informed, that's great, but it's going to be really important that your student knows every step of the way and doesn't have to ask questions because they know everything. So thanks for watching. We'll see you shortly.